The last 2 weeks, I have not uploaded as many videos as I've wanted to, not for the lack of trading on FIFA or content to be made, but somehow this happened to my controller when I was playing Division Rivals, and I couldn't play FIFA on my console anymore because I didn't have a controller to play on console anymore. So I had to wait till Christmas came around. I got a new controller. All right, so we're good to go, and we're back to making some content. I don't know how that controller got like that. I was playing Division Rivals, and next thing I knew is my controller wasn't working. It's insane. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And before we get started, what I want to do is I want to shout out this new giveaway that OneFootball is doing. They're giving away 1 million FIFA points here in the next couple of weeks. OneFootball is the app where you can keep track of scores of all your favorite leagues, keep track of your players, but they're doing a big FIFA point giveaway. Link down below to join that. Now, the last thing you guys saw at the end of last episode was we were flipping these Gabriel Jesus cards. We bought for 500, sold for almost 600, bought for 500, sold for almost 600, and we made about 500 to 600,000 coins with his card alone. It was a very good day. It was very, very good flips on that card. Martial was doing kind of a similar thing in the last 24 hours where he was going from, 670 all the way up to 760. 670 all the way up to now 780,000 coins. So you might say, well, Elite, why'd you sell? He's gone way, way up higher now. And to an extent, that is true. If I had hold on to that card, I would have made another, 70,000 coins total. But in the context of that situation specifically, I had bought these two for 670, right? And then I sold for 645, and he went back down to 700,000 coins. So I did sell at the right time. I just didn't buy again at the right time. Instead, I went out and I bought a couple of Guendouzi winter wildcards. Now, the reason I did that is because I was looking at a card with a little bit less risk. I know a lot of people have been building French teams recently because of all of the new French center backs that have been introduced into the game. If you've been on FIFA for the last week, we've seen the new, the winter Fire and Ice Koundés. They came out 2 weeks ago. And then we saw Inform Upamecano. And then we saw an SBC from the French league. And that card cost about 80,000 coins. And then we saw another French center back from the Winter Wildcard promo get released with that Sunday release. And I can't remember his name, but we'll look through all of them later. Anyway, I knew that a lot of people were going to be having more French players on the defense. And Matteo Guendouzi was at a very good price, so I figured 110,000 coins. I got a few of him for that price. And he actually went down a little bit farther after I bought, but I got in at a decent time because right after that, he started rising pretty significantly, and now he's up to about 140,000 coins. So a nice profit on him, and I'll probably sell him and take the profit right now as we are starting today's video. So we're looking really good on our daily flips, on our fluctuation trading. It's been successful. As long as you're patient enough to wait until that card hits that bottom point, it's definitely easier said than done. But you're looking at a card like Martial, and for the first 4 days that this card was released, I mean, there was no point that really suggested he was going to start rising anytime soon. And then it got to the point where we exited the weekend. We've got a lot of weekend league rewards. We're getting further into the promo, and he's been in packs for, the better half of a week now. He's going to go out of packs in a couple of days, but we started to see him settle. He stopped around 700,000 coins for a while. And that really showed us evidence that, okay, there's value to this card. He's not going to continue to crash for the rest of the year. And that's why I picked him up, did a quick flip with him, and tried to make some coins on him. Now, this Namdi Collins here, I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I am a Dortmund fan. I don't know much about this guy. He's 60 rated in FIFA. And this card right here, this card is literally 85 rated. So he got a boost of 25, and his card is absolutely amazing, okay? But is that a problem? That we're seeing cards like this, and yes, I sold for 350 and 280. That was in the first hour of his release. You get some snipes, you list them up, try to make some quick coins. But his card is now less than 100,000 coins, guys. It is very, very cheap. Okay, again, 60 rated on a base card. If you look back to FIFA 15 or FIFA 14 or FIFA 16, even 17 or 18, but you look back at those previous FIFAs, you take a look at some of those Team of the Season cards that dropped in, June or July at the very end of the FIFA cycle. The cards were not even close to as good as this, right? So we're entering uncharted territory where EA are going to have to absolutely boost these Team of the Year cards to an unbelievable extent for them to be better than the cards that have already been released. Now, yes, there's no stats on this card that are above 90. There's room for them to go. But what I'm saying is this is a random boost. It's non-performance based to a card that was 60 rated and hasn't seen a minute for Borussia Dortmund. And that's what his card looks like. So I can't even imagine what they're going to do for Team of the Year or Team of the Season or the promos that we're going to see later in the year if we're already at this point. And he's only 56,000 coins. So is that a problem? I don't think it's necessarily overall a problem, but if you take a look at SBC fodder, it is going to make those investments a little less valuable. And we're going to talk about what's on my transfer list in terms of SBC fodder here in a second. But let's use Felipe Coutinho as an example. This is a good SBC for December especially. This card is solid. It's good league, good nation, 5-star, 4-star, good stats. Kind of similar to that Fekir that we had at the beginning of the year, and everybody loved Fekir. Fekir was an awesome SBC. It was one of the best SBCs we've ever had. But people look at that Coutinho and they're like, yes, that's a good SBC. I will do it for 200K if it really fits in my team. But most people are like, you know what? It's a good SBC. But if cards on the market are that cheap, I might as well just buy a card that's tradable and be able to sell it later. Like for center back cards on SBC, if they're worth 100K, they're no better than Namdi Collins. That's already released. So SBC fodder hasn't been as valuable. It hasn't been as needed. And now that they're dropping 85 times 10 packs for winter wildcard tokens, and then icon swaps also give you fodder packs, there's just not as much need to buy fodder off the market, which is why when we invested in SBC fodder, we played it safe. Okay, we wanted to invest in SBC fodder that had a cushion. It had a net beneath us in case we fell. Okay, and that's exactly what ended up happening in the last couple of days. We needed that net to make sure we didn't lose coins. Pau Torres and Tarapt, I bought all these cards for about 13,000 coins. Pretty much every single one of them for about 13K. And I bought a lot of them. And there's some Guendouzis that you see sprinkled in here as an investment that worked out really well. But we bought a lot of these cards because I was looking at it and I said, you know what? This really isn't risky, okay? Pau Torres for 13,000 coins, it's not showing a lot of risk at all because he's 13,000 coins. He's got pretty solid stats, so it's not like he's unusable. But even if SBC fodder drops, he shouldn't, right? And if he does, he can't that much because you can quick sell him for 10.5 thousand coins. And Pau Torres is a little bit more than 13,000 coins. He's about 14, maybe 14.5. So even if we did sell now, we'd make, maybe 500 coins per card at the most, but that's not exactly what we were looking for. But in the end, had we gone with alternatives, even players from the exact same nation and league, like Danny Parejo, this card was 13,000 coins all the same, and his card has dropped to under 10,000 coins, which is impossible for Pau Torres. He can't go this low because you can quick sell him for that, which is why I stressed going with those winter wild cards as the SBC fodder investments. Now, another reason that we picked those up is hoping a winter wild card might be needed for one of these SBCs, and that just never ended up happening. So everything that could have went wrong, and we still didn't lose coins. That's what I mean by no risk. We invested heavily into an investment simply because there was no risk, and everything that could have went wrong, and we still didn't lose coins. So in the end, I don't consider that an L. That didn't make us much profit, but it wasn't really an L because we didn't end up losing coins. So that's why when you're going SBC fodder investing this year, you've got to consider that this is, uncharted territory for EA. Some of the cards in the market are so good and so cheap, SBC players just aren't as valuable. The only SBCs that I think have truly affected the market successfully have been the likes of Fakir at the beginning of the year and the Benzema SBC that came out during Shapeshifters, which was obviously a great squad building challenge that I wish I ended up doing. Other than that, the party bags, like the Hero Party Bag, had an impact on some of the 83 and 84 rated cards. But the only time of the year that SBC fodder truly spiked in price was actually during Black Friday, the time where supply was the highest. So we'll see if we get closer to Team of the Year, it does the same thing. Maybe they drop a ton of SBCs during that promo, which they probably will, but will it outweigh the supply like it did on Black Friday? I guess that is something we'll look into as we get closer. The biggest talk of FIFA 22 in the last week has been the Winter Wildcard tokens, which, great idea. I think it's brilliant. I think it's a way to engage the community daily during an off promo like this, a promo that's not as engaging as Black Friday or Team of the Year or Team of the Season, but it's still a good promo, and this is something to keep people logging in and collecting their tokens. But this one aspect of it, and EA have seen the backlash. They know they were going to get backlash. It's this Winter Special Pack. A Winter Wildcards exclusive. It contains 12 gold rare players, which you might know as a 50k pack. They add an 83 plus Team of the Week player, week 1 to 13, and they add a bonus wildcard token. So one of the ways to get a wildcard token is through this. That is already kind of crappy that they threw a Winter Wildcard token into it, but the big kicker for me is that it is basically a juiced up 50k pack. It's like a 50k pack with a bonus Team of the Week. And they've made it much more expensive with coins, almost double. Yet they've made it half the price with FIFA points. If you guys remember, back in the day, EA started to make marquee matchups and daily SBCs untradeable. You would open a 15k pack and it would be untradeable. It was something that you only saw from choosing untradeable options in division rivals or something of the sort. But now the SBCs were becoming untradeable. They made league SBCs untradeable. Everything became untradeable. And right when that started happening, there was a ton of backlash. There were so many people just screaming how this game is really, really turning away from the transfer market. It's really going the direction that we don't want to see it go. And EA heard all of that, and they ignored it, and they continued to do untradeable packs. And now, we don't hear anything about it. It is completely normalized, and everybody has adapted to it, and nobody complains about it anymore. This is also going to be the exact same way. This is their test run. This is to get us used to it, all right? They're going to clarify that it's only a bonus token, and you don't have to do it, but they're going to double the price for coins to make it so that you are so tempted to do it with FIFA points. It's such a good value pack in terms of FIFA points in comparison to other packs. In terms of a business move, it is great. In terms of morality and ethics, it's not great. That's where I stand with it. Will I do the pack or not? I don't know. Making 95k back, probably not going to happen. And as you guys know, or maybe you don't, but some of you guys know, I haven't spent any FIFA points on this game since January of 2017. It was a while ago. That's the last time I bought FIFA points, was during Team of the Year of FIFA 17. So it's been about 5 years now, and I haven't bought any FIFA points. And I don't really plan on changing that, especially for something like that. So in the end, I might just miss out on another one of those Winter Wildcard packs. That means I have to go grind some of these, wild cards from the objectives, sure. But if that means keeping my morals and ethics intact, it's what I gotta do. So we have been grinding at these wildcard tokens. Right now, I'm up to 7. I just got 2 more from doing the prime time objective and the other objective that made you play the Winter Wonder. We did them at the exact same time. You can actually do both simultaneously. Mega Matchup is the other one. So you can do both of them at once, and it takes you 10 matches to complete it, but you have to complete 10 matches. But in the end, it's more efficient to actually do golden goal. So even if you score first and the other person doesn't quit, I would honestly, unless you're very petty and don't want to give them that game, which I totally respect, if you want to be quickest on time, just quit after the first goal, no matter who scores it. If the other guy doesn't quit, right? Maybe give him a couple minutes to quit, but yeah, you don't want to be sitting around on that for too long because it's just not efficient. Like I played out a game that I won. I won it 10-0, but it would have been quicker for me to quit 3 games and win 1 on golden goal than play out the entire match. So there's a few more here, and they're hidden everywhere, man. I mean, they're hidden all over the place, so you just got to check where they're hidden at. It's not there. There's another one in Milestone somewhere, and I just got to figure out where it's at. Silver Stars, I thought had one. Oh, yeah, there it is. You've got to click square. There's one hidden in Silver Stars, so I've got to win 3 matches in Silver Stars next to get another one. And then this one doesn't have one. There's one in Teams as well. So if you go to Teams and then click View Objectives and then scroll across, there is one right here. So you get a wildcard token for winning 5 squad battle matches on professional difficulty with 7 Prem players. You don't even have to do the entire Henri objective. You do get a Prem Electrum players pack, but you don't have to do the whole thing. You just got to do that window right there. Man, they're hidden everywhere. I can't even remember where else they're hidden at. Obviously, you had that one in packs. You've actually got one over in SBCs right now that's hidden in marquee matchups. So if you don't normally do marquee matchups, make sure to do it this week because there is a wildcard token for completing the first window. You get Pinkert. So you don't even have to do the whole marquee matchups. You can just do the first one, but normally I do all of them. Anyway, yeah, make sure you get those done because there's only going to be like 4 or 5 more released after this video goes up. So if you're not getting close to 15, make sure you're calculating. Right now, I think the most I could get to is 17. I've missed a few already, but I'm just trying to get to 15 so I can get that 85 times 10 pack. Somebody in my chat said they'd donate 500 bits if I opened it right now, either way, which means that I'm basically selling 95k coins for $5, and I'm a sellout. I mean, that pays for most of my lunch tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do it. I see no downside now, and let's be real, you'll make at least 35k back, right? I'd hope so. Here's our Team of the Week card. It's French. It's striker. It's going to be Griezmann, which is not bad. That's a pretty good inform. I think we actually may have broken even here. Let's see how much Griezmann goes for, because that's a pretty solid inform. He's going for, he's only going for 28k. I thought he was much more than 28k. Okay, 28,000 coins. It's not a bad start. There are many informs that could have been worse, but we've got a lot of regular gold cards underneath. I think we were all hoping for Mbappe there, but that's okay. Could we have something underneath that's solid? Wait, I packed Griezmann twice in the same pack? How is that possible? Somebody call Matt HD Gamer. We have a FIFA myth right in front of us. We packed Griezmann twice, and we definitely did not make our coins back here. We got a couple cards that go for like 10k, like Hummels, maybe Griezmann. I think we made about 50k back, and then we also got ourselves the token. But I'm baffled by the fact that we just got Griezmann twice in the same pack. That's insane. I've never seen that, or at least I've never had that happen to me before in any pack ever. But the 2 highest rated cards are the exact same guy. I want to pack Messi twice in the same pack next. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and do not forget to join the giveaway down below. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and type Griezmann down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to heart everybody who does type the word Griezmann in their comment. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.